So the reality is that this shaft here and what it's doing, you feel like this left hip's over here somewhere, and it's actually in a really good place there. Remember where there was the hips were over here before, and all of a sudden we start making this go around, and the hip stays there. We've got a shaft that's a lot flatter and in behind you, and then we start seeing it come down, back down along the line. So then when we swap screens and we start looking at that number there, it's a lot different to that number there. Okay, minus 6.6. So
what is that number again? Sorry.
That's the club path itself. So when we look at the club path over here, that line there, so essentially it's going across it. Eventually we'll get it to have it be in a positive, which will go this way, and then we'll start to see it draw. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So the original swing, you can see here, which was this angle. We actually had an angle in our left leg there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, and as we start to swing it back, we start to see the forearm and the shaft get quite vertical and up here rather than being around here where it was before. So then all of a sudden this angle changes, so we push into that left hand side, but we're still well in behind the golf ball.
Yep.
So in other words, the low point's back here and you're hitting up on it. That's why you kept on topping it all the time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So when we put this back in here, we're much more on top of it now.
Yep.
And as you start to come and hit the golf ball, we're not behind it so much, and we start to get that leverage being spot on.
Yep. Yep.
Wonderful. Good job.
Yep.